Shalom, all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Radash, and double honor to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone whom will teach well. This is your brother Yashamai from the GMS Atlanta camp. And I want to put together this quick message upon the responsibility of men and what we should be doing now, because this message, also I'm sure it applies to every brother, but this message also, of course, applies to me as well, because as we draw closer and closer unto the day of the Most High, we see openly Trump openly told Zelensky that he was playing with World War III. We see France, telling the world that they don't fear backing Zelensky with their with their nukes, right? We see things coming to pass, man, and before those things come to pass, we need to make sure that we are keeping our eyes single and keeping it on Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. This is Isaiah 55 verse 6. It says, "Seek ye the Most High, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." Right? So, I know it's very easy for us to get caught up in our schedules, the work life, the family life, social media, man. But scripture says that once we come into this truth, man, we're supposed to continue to seek, man. Matter of fact, I think I got that word pulled up. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get that word, because once we come into the truth, that's not just it. We have to seek him. And when you pull up that word seek, is darash. And that's to resort to seek with care, inquire, to resort to, or to frequent a place, So are we frequenting the scriptures? Are we frequenting time in watching videos that are edifying to us? Or are we frequenting our time with things that are of no value? Because scripture says we're supposed to resort to. Now, that word resort, that goes, that's like going to a place where you're going to stay for a while and be comfortable there. Like a resort in Miami, somewhere comfortable where you're going to be there for a while. And that's what we're called to do. We're called to resort to frequent him, man, to frequent these scriptures. Okay? Because, let's not forget, man, that the fact that we came into this truth, the fact that the Most High allowed it for us to come into this truth and to have the ears to hear, that in itself is a blessing. This is Baruch 4 verse 28. It says, "For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more." I mean, think about all the stuff that we were committing, prior to coming into the truth, man. All the feast of this world, the abominable foods, man. So because we went off, now it says we have to seek him 10 more times, man. 10 more times here. It's not, speaking in a literal form, man, but it's talking about seeking him much more. Why? Because we acknowledge what we've done, and we want to, be found righteous as possible in his sight. Okay? Now, I want to get that word return here. It says to come back or to go back to a former position, which goes into rehearsing the righteous acts, which are of trying the best you can to observe the laws and the commandments. You know, that's us returning. That's us going back to who we were at one point. Now, many scoffers will say, oh, well, you really don't know if you are observing the Sabbath right, or if this or that. No, you know what? Really, we have an idea according to the Spirit, but even if we aren't, the Most High sees our sacrifice and He sees our effort, man. Okay, but Scripture says we have to return to Him. Okay, and that goes into our heritage. That goes into our laws. How can you say that? You know, how can we be acknowledging that we can hear the truth, but we haven't returned to Him in certain aspects in our life, man? We have to return to Him in every aspect as much as possible, man. Okay. Matter of fact, furthermore, it says to turn back, to turn around, to return, man. And I bring this word up too because, you know, you cannot return to something that you were never a part of, man. So seeking and finding and being saved by Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, is only for the Israelites. Okay? Because if we seek Him, the Most High will continue to reveal Himself to you more and more. Because what does Scripture says? It says, get knowledge, and with all of your knowledge, get understanding. You know, roughly paraphrasing it, man. Why? Because it's not just enough for us to know this truth. We have to continue to get more understanding in the breakdowns. You know, people mentioned in the Scriptures, timelines. You know, all of these things are edifying for us because they reveal things to us. You know, and so if we do our part, the Most High, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, He will do His part too. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20. It says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. So Yahweh Shai is saying that it's first and foremost, let's be grateful that we can hear this truth, because a lot of our people don't have the ears to hear. But right here, it says, if any man hear my voice and open the door, man. So it's not just about knowing that we're Israelites or knowing that salvation is for us, man. It's about inviting Him in so that He can sup with us, man. Okay, I want to get that word sup here too. Verse 20 says, behold, oh no, well, I already read it here, but I want to get the word sup here. I will come in and I will sup. And that word in the Greek is depenio, which is to sup. And let's go ahead and get the root word, which is depend on. Okay? And check this out. It says a supper, especially a formal meal, usually held at evening, use of the Messiah's feast, symbolizing salvation in the kingdom. Strong's definition says the chief meal, man. The chief meal usually held in the evening. This is the most important meal, man. The Most High, Yahweh Shai says, I am the bread of life, man. And if we continue to seek Him, you know, spending time in the Scriptures, spending time listening to messages by our elders and our apostles, man, if we continue to resort with the Most High, you know, He will give you the chief meal, more and more wisdom, man. This is what we need to be focused on. Okay? It's continuing on. It says, let the wicked, this is Isaiah 55:7 says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and He will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for He will abundantly pardon. Now, you know, first and foremost, we know that the wicked here we have to bring context in, because, you know, scoffers Well, it may say, oh, well, the wicked, so the wicked can be saved. No, Esau, Edom can be saved. It's talking about Israelites, because what's it talking about? Returning, to turning around, to go back to. Esau can't go back to anything that was never given to him. So here, the word wicked is talking about Israelites who had fallen away, who had gone astray, as we just read in the book of Baruch. But it says, let him forsake his way, and the Most High will have mercy, and he will abundantly pardon, man. And we need those abundant pardons, because, again, think about all the atrocities that we were a part of, man. According to the law, we deserve death, man. It's through his mercy. I mean, us being alive to hear this truth after committing abominable acts in the world, man, that in itself is abundant pardon, man. But I want to get a couple scriptures about forsaking the wicked way, because what are those wicked ways? This is 1 John 2:15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So some of those wicked things are the love for this world, Now, what is the love of this world? Right? That's, there's a balance here, because Scripture also says that Scripture says for us to be users of the world, but not abusers of the world. There's nothing wrong with going on social media. There's nothing wrong with playing the stock markets if you have the money. But the sin begins to happen when you fall in love with the world, when you're praying for this world to continue because you're having a grand old time in the land of your captivity. I mean, let's not forget, man, there are some Israelites who are very well off, man. And it's a fine line, because we have to be careful that we're not putting our attention into the world, man. We don't want to resort in the world. We need to resort in the scriptures. Spend time in the scriptures, not in the world. Again, there's a balance to it. All right? Just because you're well off doesn't mean that you're going off. That's a blessing from the Most High, man. Okay? Let's continue down, So what are, signs that you're loving the world? Well, 2 Corinthians 10:5 tells us what we should do if we are in danger of loving the world. It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Right? So anything that puts itself in front of these scriptures, that puts itself in front of this word, whether, it could be social media. That could be a high thing that tries to exalt itself. If you're putting some money first before these scriptures, if you're putting, let's say the gym, if you're putting, food, these are just examples. But if you're putting down the scriptures for you to get into the world, then at that point, what you're doing is you're exalting things above the Most High. And scripture says to cast those things down. Now, again, it's not a sin to go to the gym. It's not a sin to be well off. You don't have to be listening to 30 messages per day and read 50 chapters per day. No, that's not what it is. There's a balance to it. But we have to ask ourselves, are there certain issues in our lives that are exalting themselves against above the Most High? And if some things are, if something's taking you away from the truth and from getting more knowledge and understanding, you have to cast that down, man. Okay? Because the fact that we can seek him and we can sup with him right now, and the fact that we can gain more knowledge, that in itself is a blessing, because scripture says seek him while he may be found. Well, what's it talking about? Because Amos 8:11 says, behold, the days come, says the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. So the Most High is gonna make it to where you won't be able to access the Strong's concordance or a map, or you won't be able to search for a scripture, man, because Jacob's trouble's coming, man. And when all these prophecies start to jump off, and you haven't taken advantage, you haven't seeked the Most High while you had the chance, you're gonna be out of luck, man. This is the chief meal, man. This is the most important thing, because soon after Jacob's trouble, the Most High is coming down for a recompense, man. And that's a recompense to the world. You know, people are going to have to give account for every idle word spoken and every evil thought, man. 2nd Ezra 6:19. I'm going to close it with this. It says, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Sion shall be fulfilled. So the Most High is coming down first and foremost to judge the wicked and judge these heathen nations who have raised their hand against the apple of his eye, which are the Israelites, so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics. But, you know, let's not forget, the Most High is also coming down here to judge. Let's not forget that Scripture says 2/3 of our people shall be destroyed, man. Okay? And, you know, that destruction comes first and foremost through the judgment, but destruction can also come in the form of you taking the mark, and then you're destroyed, because there's no coming back from that. Destruction can be from you not having the wisdom and the knowledge, not knowing what to do, and then you try to align yourself with the wicked, and then you get destroyed. Destruction can come before Yahweh Shai comes, man. Okay? So just to close this message up, man, we need to make sure that we are seeking him while he may be found, that we're resorting in him, in his scriptures, in these messages, and getting as much wisdom and knowledge as we can while it's available to us, man, because the time is coming when we're not going to have that chance to. I hope this lesson has been edifying, and until the next one, I say shalom.